Hi, thank you for watching Knitting at Tiffany's and joining me today. And welcome back if you're a previous viewer, and welcome if you're a new viewer. I hope you continue to keep watching. I wanted to start with a world of opals. I have 121 people in our group, and I'm so excited. It just keeps growing day by day, and it's amazing. And I'm thankful for all those new people that joined and all the people that have joined our group already. And I hope it keeps growing, and I hope I can keep bringing you great podcasts that you enjoy. I wanted to tell you a little bit about my work since I'm really excited, and I haven't, as for some of you know, I started a new job last year. After I got back from the SSK, I got a job probably about middle of August or so, and by the time I got all my equipment and got set up, they shipped me off for a trade show at the last week of August, and I went out to Indianapolis, and then I came back and I basically started right after the September Labor Day weekend, and I started my new job. And since then, I'm an account manager, and I had a sales quota, and I actually have beaten the sales quota I was given and exceeded it so far in less than the year that they expected me to. And I'm the first person in the entire company that's done that, I think, in the 12 years maybe or more that the company's existed, and I'm so excited. So I just wanted to share that with you. And if you didn't know, I didn't have a job last year for about 6 months or so. I decided to change careers, and I love what I do now. And so I'm still in sales because that's something that I always will love to do, and it's a passion I have. So it is probably one of the other reasons why I also do this podcast, is because I love to help people, I love to promote things, and selling comes to me really easily. So thank you. I wanted to share that with you, and I was just so excited. I just wanted to share something a little bit about my personal life with you. And I just realized that I have a cat in the picture here. This is my boyfriend's and our cat. It's Django. He's our biggest cat that we have. He's about 26 pounds. They're all indoor cats that we have. And he is a big boy. He's tall and he's long, and he's a little chunky, but he's adorable, and he's the sweetest, biggest giant that we have. So he's amazing. And you might hear some other noise in the background, and that probably will be my other cat playing. So I apologize. Today I have our door open in our office here, and that's why they're in here. And normally I have the door closed, and so it's a little bit more privacy. Well, I also wanted to start off by diamonds are a girl's best friend, and I got some enabling. And so I saw people ordering these digital row counters, and I've never used one. I never even used a row counter when I've been knitting. I pretty much note everything down in a book, and I keep track of everything I do. And even with a row counter, I still kind of I keep track of things, but maybe not more specifics now because I have a row counter. So if I need to keep track of certain stitches or something within the row, I don't have to write them out. I'll just, put what that row is and then check it off as I do it, just so that I have something to follow by. I'm bad that way. I need always something to follow by as a guideline for me. Otherwise, I'll lose my place on my knitting, and I'll never probably be able to find it again or know exactly where I am or how many rows. I'm so bad that way. But I saw everybody buying these row counters, and I was like, I need to have one of these. This would help me. And I was doing that Miss Winkle, and I found that that was a perfect tool to have to help me with Miss Winkle. So I ordered this. This is the row counter here, and you're getting reflection. I'm sorry. There we go. That's a bit better. It's a digital row counter, and it wraps around your finger. And I am a right-handed knitter, so I prefer things if I'm going to hold on to them or use them, and they need to be out of my way. I don't like things that get in my way when I knit. And I use circular needles, and so I'm trying to close this up right now, and of course it's not working. I use circular needles, and so I already have one thing to play with is the circular cord, and I don't like to have anything else. So I know there's those ones you can stick on your needles and things like that, and I don't like those, or ones that you can stick beside you, and you know, I'd forget. The minute I do something, I'll forget. So this here fits on your finger like that, and well, that's where I put it on mine. So when I'm knitting like this, it's right here, and I could just hit it with my thumb like this. So you can just be careful you don't clear it. But the little button, I don't even know if you can see it. The little button on the side here is to clear it, and the big button is to push, so you have your rows. And it's a phenomenal tool. Whoever designed this is a genius. And the fact that it has, you know, now it has a ring so that I could put it on my finger. Now, as I said, some people might not put it on their index finger. Some people might wear it their middle or their thumb. It's whatever you're comfortable with, but I love it. I think it's one of the best tools to have. And I'm so glad I got this. I use it now for any time I need to do repetitive rows, and I can keep track of it easier, and then I don't have to write like the whole full row out in the book. I can just, you know, tick them off as I go through. So I bought this from Diabolical Yarns, and I couldn't, because I live in Canada, I couldn't justify the shipping and having to pay, you know, $7 or something like that to ship something that's not even $7. So I bought myself yarn. Like, I couldn't resist. And she's got such beautiful yarn. I will show you this, but I'm also going to take a picture and then insert a picture here. So that way you can see the different colors. And in this picture, you'll see that there's beautiful teals and grays and charcoal grays, almost to a black. It's absolutely beautiful. So here's the yarn. And again, oh, it's actually not bad. The colors are not bad today. It's a little bit more tealy than actually greenish, if that's what it looks like to you. But it's absolutely beautiful. So this is her Super Ego, which is sport weight. And the colorway is called Kara, K-A-R-A. And it is a 100% superwash merino, and it is 440 yards. And it's absolutely beautiful. I had a plan on to knit a shawl with it, but then when I got it, I looked at it and I'm like, I don't know if I can knit this into a shawl. I mean, for the people that know me, I really don't wear shawls and I don't like them, and it's funny because I'm starting to like to knit them. And Seashore Sharon always tells me that she knits shawls and she doesn't really wear them, and she probably has a drawer full. So it's funny, I'm starting to knit them because I enjoy knitting them. I love the creativity behind a lot of them. And, you know, I'm hoping to wear them more like scarves, and at least that way, you know, I'll get use out of them. So I was really tempted to knit this in a pattern, and now I'm not sure because it's so beautiful. I don't know if I want to still do a shawl or if I want to do something else that shows it off a little bit more. So I'm still going to debate on that one, and we'll see. We'll see. I'll let you guys know what I decide to do with it. I need some time to think about it and figure it out, but it's absolutely beautiful. So Diabolical Yarns, right here you can find her website, and you can go and order these digital row counters, and if you like some yarn to go with it. So do that. She'll really appreciate it. She's got beautiful stuff. Her yarns are gorgeous, and this digital row counter is phenomenal. So if you don't have one, get one. I really enjoyed it. So far, it's one of my fun favorite tools to use, and I've used it on the Ms. Winkle project, and I'm going to be using it on my next project as well. So I wanted to talk about that, as well as I joined Yarnbox, which I've told you on my last episode. So now every month I get a yarn box sent to me, which is great. Who doesn't love having a box of yarn show up at their doorstep every month? And what better to have it as a complete surprise, because you don't know what you're getting, you don't know what colors you're getting. You can go on their website and pick, I think it's your favorite color and your least favorite color, so that way they help you. And then you could pick things like not too small or not too big or something, so you're not getting hopefully a lace weight or maybe a chunky if you don't want one, or you know, something more in between. So this month it actually happened to work out that I ended up getting, there was two two indie dyers for Yarnbox this month. One was Hampton Hills Alpaca Farms, or Yarns, and the other one was Cherry Hill Tree Yarns, I believe it was. And so I ended up getting the Hampton Hills alpacas. And look at these. They are so beautiful. It's funny because I'm not allergic to alpaca, but I am allergic to mohair. And so when I got this is actually 2 skeins, which you always get in Yarnbox. And these 2 skeins are the alpaca silk. So they're 70% baby alpaca and 30% silk. And they're a hand painted yarn, and they also are 245 yards each skein. So this one here is her magenta, and it's pretty much coming out to what the color's on there. And this one here is called Jewel. And oh wow, the colors are great today. So yeah, I got these 2 yarns, and oh my god, they are like super soft. You just want to cuddle them and not let go. So I never thought alpaca and silk together would be even so super squishy and soft. I mean, it's like butter soft. If you haven't tried this, this is phenomenal. And so her Yarnbox was a really surprise for me, and I've met Erica from Hampton Hills Alpacas last year at Rhinebeck. She was one of the, I think, 3 or 4 purchases I made at Rhinebeck. I was so good last year. I ended up purchasing, I think, yeah, some bags from Stitched by Jessalute, because I've been dying for her bags, and I actually picked up 2 there. I picked up 1 more skein of yarn, and then I always wanted to try alpacas. So it happened to be that Erica was at Rhinebeck, and I got yarn from her there, and I still haven't knitted it up, so shh, don't tell anyone that. But I have it, and the funny thing is, it's actually not pink. It's in the blues, which is my other favorite colors, and I believe it's the color slate. So I have those skeins, and I still haven't knit anything up with it, which is, I'm so bad. But like, I pick yarns based on color when I shop. So when I go shopping for yarns, I don't think of patterns in beforehand. I don't have a plan for anything. I go and I see yarn and color, and I'm like, I love that color, and I just buy it. And lately I buy a lot of sock yarn, so I'm trying to get away from that, and I'll try now to buy maybe worsted weight and get 1 or 2 skeins of that, or the odd chunky or Aran weight. I think I have 1 skein of Aran weight in my whole stash, and I don't usually have too much TK, so this is DK, and now I have some DK in my stash because I have these 2, and the other alpaca I have is DK as well. So I'm trying to get a little bit better, but I'm hoping to start finding patterns I love and then picking the yarn for the pattern, so that it makes my life a little easier, because my stash is growing because I can't find patterns that I love. You know, sometimes I have something in my head and I can't find the pattern that matches what's in my head, and I find that so hard sometimes with finding the, you know, what you want. And I'm not a designer. I can't do up a pattern and create something for myself. I'm great at math, don't get me wrong. I wish if someone could show me, I'm sure I can do up simple things, you know, hats, or maybe a bolero, or fingerless mitt, things like that. But to do up a sweater or something like, you know, more intricate, there's just, I don't think I can do that. Maybe I could eventually, but I think it's, you know, time and it's a skill, and learning, you know, how to do it and the basics of it, and then, you know, advancing from there. And that's not just me right now. I don't have the kind of time to do that, and I don't have full interest in doing that, and that's why there's so many phenomenal knitting designers that we have in our knitting community that does this. So it's just, I'm sometimes picky with picking a pattern to match the yarn, or I'm short of the yarn and I don't have enough for a pattern I fall in love with. And then, you know, it's hard, like, you know, 6 months later or a year later to call up an indie and say, hey, I got this yarn from you like a year ago and I need to have more. I'm sure they could dye it up for you, but how close is it going to be? And I know that already with indie dyers, you're supposed to switch your yarns every 2 rows, or sometimes alternate them every other row, but still, like a dye lot from now and a dye lot from 6 months ago or a year ago or even longer, I don't see it being very similar. So I will find something to do with these. I think I have in mind right now, I found a couple patterns for maybe some fingerless mitts for this one, and either a hat or some other fingerless mitts for this one. So I wear them a lot. I love my hats, and I do wear them a lot, and fingerless mitts I love. And with having the alpaca silk at work, which I work from home, I'm on the computer, so my fingers get cold sometimes, and I think the alpaca silk would actually help. And so with knitting up some nice fingerless mitts, I'll make them a little bit longer so they come, you know, to a higher point on my fingers here, so that I could still type, but I'll have something warm around them. So I wanted to show you that. And oh, I should also probably tell you, right here is her shop, and it's artisanYarns.biz, and I will talk a little bit about her later, so I'll come back to the Hampton Hills alpacas. So another great Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend was my friend Christina, who is another horn frog on Instagram, and I believe also on Ravelry, is such a sweetheart. I met her at SSK last year, I believe it is. Oh wow, time flies. You know, it feels like I've known her longer than that. She's super sweet, and I love her to death. And she sent me a Marvel knitting bag. Oh, look at this. She made this herself. This is phenomenal. I'm a huge DC comic book fan, and I love all of this stuff. My boyfriend bought for me our anniversary present last year, Wonder Woman, and it's her tiara, her cufflinks, and her lasso. And it's a numbered piece, so I believe it's like something like a really low number. I think it's like 600 or 800 out of, or maybe even lower, maybe 400. And it's, I believe, out of 1,500. It's not out of 2,500. So he surprised me with that, and I love it. I have it packed up because I don't have my kind of craft room set up yet, but once it gets set up, that is definitely going in there, and it's going to be high up on the wall so the cats can't get to it, and it's absolutely beautiful. I mean, I love it. And it's funny because we both like DC characters, and our house is a little bit like that. Our family room's all set up with pictures around the whole walls with all actually DC and Marvel old school comic book posters, but we love it. He has tons of statues, Batman and Green Lantern, Superman, so it's phenomenal. But I couldn't believe this. I got this in the mail. The funny thing was, I messaged me saying you're going to be getting something shipped to you soon, and at first I was like, what? I think she's made a mistake. I think she maybe messaged the wrong person, so I didn't really reply to her because I'm thinking, why would you send me something? And so I believe it was not even like a week and a half later, I get a package in the mail from her. And just to show you, I kept this. It says, congrats, woohoo, awesome, you rock. I just love this. So I kept it just to show you guys. So I opened this up, and this is what I got, was this amazing bag. And there's Thor. And who doesn't love Thor? Chris Hemsworth, like really? And there is Wolverine, there's X-Men, there's Spider-Man, there's Iron Man. It's just, oh, and there's Captain America. And so she made this herself, and there's the inside of it. So you can see it's a nice chevron pattern, and it's a drawstring. So it ties up really nice, and it's a drawstring. And this is awesome. I love it. I really, really love it. And thank you so much, Christina. You're a super sweetheart, and I miss you, and I can't wait to see you at SSK this year. It's like just over a month to go. I'm on countdown mode. I'm so excited to see all my friends and to meet new friends, and I'm just super excited. So thank you so much for this. I love it, and I'm going to use it, and everything I do is going to have that little bit of extra love because it's from you, Christina. Thanks so much. So back to the alpaca yarns from Hampton Hills Alpacas. So a cut above the rest this week well, it's not this week, but a cut above the rest is going to be actually the Hampton Hills Alpaca. I contacted Erica and asked her if I could promote her on the podcast, and she was just so excited that I wanted to do this for her. And this was before I even knew that Yarnbox was offering this. So I didn't even know I was going to get this, and this is kind of why I'm smiling right now, is because it happened to work out perfectly that I got some of her yarn, and she is a cut above the rest this week. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the Hampton Hills, and I'm sorry, I'm going to read it off my iPad because I don't want to mess it up, and I want to make sure I tell you guys a little bit about her. So not only was she featured in Yarnbox for May, she also is featured in Margaret Hubert's new book, which comes out, or came out on June 1st. And I apologize, but I didn't look it up, so I don't know which book she's talking about. But for all of you that know, or Google Margaret Hubert's book, you'll see it, and she's featured in there. Her website, again, is here, and you can check them out. So it's www.artisanyarns.biz, and you can go and check them out, and they have beautiful, beautiful yarns and beautiful, beautiful colorways. So she has the alpaca silk, and then she also has 100% baby alpaca. So you can pick between the two bases, and then she has plenty of different solids and multicolors that you could pick from. And so they have been dyeing, and they actually raise their own alpacas. So they're a little bit different than some of the indie dyers out there. And they've also been doing that since before 2000. They know their alpaca fibers inside and out a little bit, probably better than maybe some people, because of them having the alpaca farm. And they know the aspects and the properties of their alpaca fibers. They also hand dye every skein of yarn, and they have two people that do it, Erica and her partner. So it is a small operation, but she loves what she does, and then you get this beautiful quality and luxurious yarn and colors. With their alpaca business, because they raise their own alpacas, they don't have enough white alpacas to dye for commercial basis. So they get their yarns from a major mill that's in Peru, and they specifically hand pick them, and they know exactly where the yarns are coming from, and they know all their specifications. And then when they ship here, again, two-person business, and they dye up these beautiful yarns and they get them out to everyone. The other thing about alpaca that I wanted to mention that I really wasn't aware of until I was on Yarnbox, and people were saying, oh, I'm allergic to alpaca and I can't do this and I can't do that. So Erica posted a thread on the Yarnbox saying that she was just surprised how many people were either, afraid to work with alpaca due to allergies or some allergic reaction that they can get. And she basically said that alpaca is not like sheep wool. It's a finer micron, and except for the merino. I apologize, my cat's playing with something on the floor if you hear her. And so it gives it's a considerable softness over wool, and alpaca doesn't contain the lanolin, which sheep does, and which is probably the more common allergen in wool that people have, is to the lanolin. And a sheep fleece can lose as much as 40 to 50% of its weight after it's scoured, and the loss is mostly grease and a bit of debris. When alpaca fleece is washed, its weight loss is mostly dust, sand, and bits of oils, which is probably about maybe 2 to 3%. So much like human hair. So once it's washed, there's really nothing left in the alpaca yarn for it to have an allergy to, basically. So some people say if you have a reaction to alpaca, it's very likely that it's usually sometimes the conditioner they use in the spinning process, or maybe the dye that's used, and sometimes it could be even the finishing rinse that's used, and that's what you might have the allergic reaction to in the alpaca. So she does say that it's very odd, I guess, for people to be allergic to alpaca. So if you haven't tried it, go for it. Honestly, at first I thought that I would be allergic to it, but I have a test. I rub something on my cheek, and anything you try. I've been in the beauty industry, so if you put something on your face, a cream, and usually you put it on your jawline or on your neck, if you're going to react to something, it's going to be within the first 15 minutes that you're going to have an allergic reaction to. It's not going to be a day later or 4 hours later. It's usually right away that people have reactions to something. Within 15 minutes, 20 minutes, you'll have a reaction. So when I first went to Rhinebeck last year, and I just wanted to make sure, I rubbed the alpaca on my face in front of her, and I just wanted to know if I'd have a reaction. And I would know because my face will get red, and you'll actually see it start to get red, and then it will start to itch for me, and I'll know I'm allergic to it. That's how I know I'm allergic to mohair. But with the alpaca, I wasn't allergic to it, and I love it. So give it a try. Hers is really luxurious. I've never tried any other alpaca out there, so I don't really know anyone else to pick from or choose from. And this is the alpaca silk. Again, it's so 70-30, 70% baby alpaca and 30% silk. And it's a DK weight, so give it a try. Erica was super sweet, and she's offering you guys a coupon code. So her coupon code is going to run until August 31st. So go to her shop. Here is her shop website. And at your checkout, you can check out with using the coupon code TIFF, T-I-F-F. And again, it's right here, TIFF, T-I-F-F for Tiffany. And you can give her yarns a try, and I hope you support her business. Her alpaca's yarns are, honestly, they're beautiful. So give her a try, help support her business. That's what we do in our community. We support everyone, and it's great to do it. Plus, you get something new, and you enable yourself, and you'll have some new beautiful yarn coming to you. The other great thing that Erica is doing for us is part of Tiffany's gift box. So Tiffany's gift box, Tiffany's gift box is when someone's offering the viewers, so you guys, a giveaway. And Erica's decided to offer you guys a giveaway. So I will have a thread in the group where you can join, and it will have Hampton Hills giveaway as the title, and you need to be a member of the group to be able to win the giveaway. And the question is, if you were to purchase one of her yarns, what would you make with her alpaca yarn? So if you can link a pattern to it, by all means go for it. Share it with the group. I'm sure other people would love to see what you would decide to knit with her alpacas. If you wanted to do something that has more than one skein, of course, go for it. If it was a sweater you want to make, link whatever you think would be comfortable. And I will have that thread open till July 12th at midnight. And I will do my best to record before I leave for SSK, so somewhere between the 12th and the 16th before I leave for SSK, and get you a winner for this giveaway. And Erica will let you choose which base you would like. So if you want the 100% baby alpaca, or if you want the 70%, 30%, 70% alpaca, 30% silk, you could pick either base, and you could pick your color. So what an awesome giveaway. Like, how can you not want to join that? I love giveaways like that, where you can pick something that you love yourself. A lot of giveaways, to let you know, I don't join because I'm not going to take yarn that I don't like the colors for, that I'm not going to knit. So I feel that other people out there can win them. And if it's something that I don't need, I won't sign up for it. There's so many other people out there that might want it or need it more than I do, and that's just my rule of thumb. So it's not that I don't want to join all those great giveaways out there that other people offer. I just pick and choose the ones I like. So I'm hoping you guys will join the giveaway and pick and choose when you win what base you'd like and what color. So again, the thread's going to be in my Ravelry group, Knitting at Tiffany's, and it will be Hampton Hills giveaway. And the question again is, what project would you knit with the alpaca yarn. And again, you have to be a member of the group. That's the only thing I ask, please, in order to win. Okay, so everything is listed here. So you'll always see I have a constant banner on the bottom of my podcast, and it always shows pretty much the websites I talk about. It will show people's names, maybe on Ravelry and their websites. It will show the coupon codes, and I'm working on, and I hopefully will have up my website this week, which will be knitting@tiffany's.com, and I will have all my episodes through there, and I will be trying to get them on iTunes. And I know I keep saying this, I'm sorry. My work's coming to year end at the end of July, and with me traveling for the week, it's just been super crazy busy, and I'm just putting in extra hours right now just to, you know, keep up with what the workload I have, because it's crazy busy, and also to prepare for when I'm gone for the week. As I said, our year ends July 31st, so I have a lot going on. And so wish me luck with getting all that done. And so I'm just going to try to have all this ready. And when I do my podcast before I go to SSK, which keep your fingers crossed, I'll try to get one done for you guys. I will announce the winner in that podcast. Okay, but I will podcast before then. Don't get me wrong. I should podcast before then, hopefully, if I can get one in between there. But if not, that will be the one before I go away. So the last thing I'm going to talk about is I don't have any finished objects right now. I'm really sorry. I'm a very slow knitter. I've been working on actually SSK charity knitting. It's also a cal that they're kind of offering there. And I've been doing that here and there, and they're just preemie hats. And I don't have any to show you because they're starting to be packed up. So I'm working on that, but I'm going to be starting my last and final SSK cal, and it is the Laura Nelkin designer, and she's actually going to be teaching at SSK, and I'm going to be doing a cal, and I picked to do her Claris, and I'll show you exactly, and I think I'm pronouncing it right. It's a shawl. Can you see that? Yes, you can. Awesome. It's a shawl again, and but I really like it. And the funny thing is, I went stash diving to see what I have, because you get extra tickets if you use one of the indie dyers that is going to be vending at SSK. And so I am going to be using Leading Men Fiber Arts, and I'm so excited because I purchased this yarn God, I can't remember. I think it was last year, October or November, when I was traveling to Chicago, and I had I asked for Steve to ship it to the hotel that I was staying at, and eventually, make a long story short, I never stayed at that hotel because it was kind of a drug prostitute motel, and so I walked down the street to another motel, but I picked up my package because I would never leave that there. And so I always have that memory now when I think of this yarn, but it makes me laugh. And so it's going to be perfect because the shawl that I'm knitting is going to be at Leading Men Fiber Arts, and the color is Let's Hear It for the Girls, which is the Knit Girls colorway. So how funny is that? I mean, it's just so coincidental, and so I'm really excited. So I'm going to knit that, and you will see that next time. I'm going to actually start that today. So you'll see that next time. But I will post a picture here. And just so you guys can see, this is the color, because I didn't want to show it to you. I didn't think it was going to show up. So this is a picture here of the color. It's all schemed up right now into a ball. So, but you can see the beautiful purples in it and the reds, and that's Laura and Leslie right there. Their colors. So I'm really excited to knit this, and you'll see my progress. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, knitting_@_Tiffany's, please, you could add me as a friend, and you can, I'll post some pictures there of my knitting. And so really, I think that's everything I wanted to talk about today. I really appreciate you joining me. I hope you guys really enjoyed knitting at Tiffany's today. I look forward to seeing you all next time. And if you have anybody, again, that you know that's an indie dyer, or stitch marker maker or a knitting bag maker and you want to promote them, because maybe they don't want to promote themselves, there's a thread called a cut above in the Knitting at Tiffany's Ravelry group, and please go ahead and let me know in there who they are or their website or something, and I would be more than happy to contact them. I'd love to have someone new on here that I can promote, and it could be anywhere in the world. It doesn't have to be within US or Canada, North America. It could be from the UK, it can be from Europe. I mean, it's not that expensive to ship from overseas here. Well, at least to Canada it's not. It's probably sometimes even cheaper than actually from the States to ship to Canada. But I know shipping in the States and Europe is a little bit different, but check it out because sometimes it's not that bad, and something a little bit more unique or someone a little bit different you can have. So please let me know. I'd love to hear about new people that I can help promote and help their business out. So thank you again for watching, and have an excellent rest of your week, and keep on knitting. Take care. Bye for now.